Hello. Hi, everyone. Please say hello as you enter the room. I'm just getting set up. You guys know the drill. If you don't, check the description box. I'm just getting set up right now, guys. Oops. Okay. Make sure that you are paying attention to the instructions, guys, inside the description box so you know exactly what you're doing. If you are American, it should be cheaper. Okay, so the $25 needs to be on my receiving end, not your end, okay? So I'm just gonna keep that open. I don't know that Friday is exactly a great day to go live, but it's whatever. If whoever, I cannot give you guys the heads up, unfortunately, ever, because I never know when I'm gonna do this. And a lot of times when I do decide to do this, I end up having to cancel. So that's why I just have to be sporadic about it and just hope that whoever needs to get the message will get the message. Oh my God, I'm never on time for these. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. So whoever's meant to be here will be here. But as far as scheduling lives, it's impossible. It's impossible for me to do that, guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I am here for like, I would say like an hour and a half. You might want to get in now if you are here and listening, just because the list sometimes does pile up. And I usually have to stop at a half an hour before I go. So like I said, go to the description box. No super chats, sorry. Unless you're sending like $40, because I will not get it. YouTube does take 40%. So unfortunately, I just cannot do the super chats. But PayPal is where payment will be made. Let's bring forth the messages that everybody needs to hear today as they book, not the messages they want to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to them. So make your way, or, even if you're not here to book a live reading, you can still say hello. I'm here. I'm looking at the chat right now. If you want to say hello or you want to ask a question, like, about anything other than obviously like what you would ask in your private reading, you can do that. And just make sure that when you are booking, guys, that you are putting the message within the payment description. That way it's just easier for me, Okay, I've already got 2 people, I believe, here. So just give me a moment. I'm making my way over. Hi, Iona. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm just checking, guys. Bear with me. Okay, we've got Yeshika and then we've got Iona. And it looks like no one has put their message. So, or not their message, their question. So just Yeshika, write your message right now. Iona, you do the same, okay? I'm going to start with, I want to start my own tarot on YouTube. Any advice? Oh, sorry, Anna. These are like paid readings. If you want to make your way to the description box, you can see. Oh, you did? I didn't see it, Iona. Sorry. I'm looking at it right now. I see no question. Yeah, these are paid readings, guys. I'm good. How are you? How are you, Ekta? You're welcome, Anna. What to expect in my love life. Okay. Now, do you have a time frame on that? Or do you want me to just kind of like look at the energy? Like the energy usually around right now would be like 3 months. When I say what's coming up, like around like 3 months usually in the future. Okay. Well, what's next? Okay. So let's bring forth the messages that Iona needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Talk to us about her love life. Okay, what's next? What's next for Iona? You got to be careful when you're asking these kind of questions, as always. Just because, you know, the cards will bring up what you need to hear. It's not always going to be what you want to hear, but whatever. It is what it is, right? Okay. I do have someone, but they're not serious, okay? Yashika, I've noted, I see your question, so no worries, I see it. I see someone like kind of coming, but they're not serious. They're not serious whatsoever. This is somebody who actually has a bunch of women in rotation. And you know, it feels faint for me. I think you're looking for something more. I kind of feel like with these cards, the message is mainly like, don't settle. Have you been feeling like it's dry? Because this tells me I'm put on hold here. Oh, look at that with the High Priestess. You are moving. You're evolving. No wonder it's stagnated. You understand as you evolve, right? Your pool goes down, right? Like your pool of people. It's one of the great things about evolving is that once you do, everything becomes like, you know, narrowed. You feel like a filter, like a funnel. You know what I mean? Like you're funneling. But like, I think here, the reason for this is because you're High Priestess now, okay? And you can probably see a lot more red flags in people than you used to. So your pool of, you know, gentleman callers, if you will, are going to go down. Right now, I think you're really working on yourself with the Hermit. You're trying to build a better foundation. I even see even career here as well, trying to get your money up. But there is somebody. It's just like I'm unimpressed, okay? I don't want to lie. I'm unimpressed. Like, and I'm talking about you when you meet them. I think they're cute. I think they are... Okay, I don't know why they're telling me to say this, but like I think like the attraction will be there. You'll definitely see yourself like you could be in bed with them, but like I don't think you'll do it. I don't think you'll do it because they're a little goofy as well too, but they're gonna give you this inkling very soon, early on, that like you're kind of like you're gonna get the idea that you're somebody in rotation. I think this person will actually be brutally honest about it. Like they may let it slip, but like they're open about it. So this is not your cup of tea, okay? This is not your cup of tea. Now, let me just see something here. Give me one card for love life. You are closing a chapter though. You're like right there to whatever you needed to be working on. So these things could change down the line. But I see somebody coming that it's just, I'm just unimpressed. Like, really, why would you even step to me, you know? Give me more. Let's do one card. Oh, man. Oh, this is great. Okay, give me a second to get to this. This is beautiful. You're an ice queen, but in a good way. So you could be, I don't know if this resonates. I don't know if you're a divorcee. I don't know if you are a mother, but if you're not any of those, you have attained the gift of discernment. How beautiful. So you are High Priestess here. Same thing, just different deck. You've got the gift of discernment. Didn't I just say that you have the ability now to pick up on more red flags than you used to? This is really beautiful. So it's gonna be a little cold, you know, out there for you. The stagnation may continue, but look what's on the bottom. Soulmates. So I think you're being prepared for that. So I really don't want you in the meantime settling for any kind of like Knight of Wands, that's for sure. Knight of Wands are, you know, guys who are, men who are in their playful stage, okay? They're in their playful stage. They are just, they want to have fun, you know, they want to keep it light. I'm not sure, I'm sensing here from this, you know, spread that you're in for a good time. I think you want something a little bit more serious. I think you've had enough of that. So what's coming to you in love? Well, I think you're continuing to work on the things that you need to work in order to attract the soulmate. But there's one straggler here, okay? And you know, don't don't make any decisions based off of my reading, okay? Don't make anything based upon my reading. You do what you feel like you want to do. If you want to have fun with him, go ahead. Nobody's even judging you for that. But I'm telling you, your pool of suitors is getting smaller. And some people may look at that like it's a bad thing, but you're weeding out the losers, okay? So this is good. So there is a soulmate being prepared for you, but in the meantime, just keep doing your thing, Iona, okay? Just keep doing your thing. And don't change, please. I don't know if you've also been thinking maybe to yourself that you kind of are being a little too hard or maybe a little too picky. Don't go there, okay? This is not a coincidence that you received this card. You're on a new path right now, and you're not going to be able to mingle with Knight of Wands, okay? No. King of Wands, maybe. Not a Knight of Wands. Absolutely not, okay? But I think this is still positive, and you should still look forward to the future. Absolutely, okay? You are moving, but right now with the Page of Swords, you're in a learning phase, okay? You're like a young apprentice. You're still being, when they're ready, they will move you with the Chariot, okay? They will bring you the soulmate that you need. But remember, it's a soulmate. So if you don't think you need to prepare for that, I promise you, you do. Before I met my soulmate, I had to literally like go through like an ego degradation. I had to change who I was. He would have never liked me the way I was. He would have never, it would have never happened, okay? So just kind of throwing that out there. All right, give me a moment, guys. Give me a moment. I'm just going to refresh here. Okay, so I've got, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I skipped you, Yashika. I went right to Iona. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay, Yashika's next. Then we've got Mel. I know who you are, Chit, Mel. And then we've got Mari, which nobody has any questions put there. Okay. Let me go to Yashika. Sorry about that, Yashika. I don't know what happened there. You're welcome, Iona. It's coming to you, Iona. It is. It's just, it's going to be a lot of work. It's like a lot of work to meet this person. You'll get it. You'll get it when you meet them. You'll understand why you had to go through or you needed to be like off limits for a while. You'll understand. Oh, no worries, Paige. Just write your question. Okay, so Yashika. Hi, I just recently came across a photo of a male from my country. He doesn't know me, and I only know of him, though, social media. My question, why am I strongly drawn to him? This is going to be cool. This is going to be a cool question. These kind of questions are always really interesting because I want you to know, and everyone who's watching out there, it's not a coincidence when you're strongly drawn to somebody in a photo. And yes, energy can be felt through photos. This is not like you have to wait till you meet them in person. No. So let's find out here. Let's bring forth the messages Yashika needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. You sent for another question. You'll have to go in the line, though, if it wasn't with the two, like if they weren't two together. You'll have to wait your turn. So just give me a moment here. So I'm going to go down the line again, just so everybody's aware. Hold on. Come on. Why is this internet so slow? Okay. Oh, here, all the questions are popping up now. That's weird. So I guess it was my internet or something. Okay, Yashika, then it goes Mel, then Mari, and then Yashika again. You have to kind of wait in line. I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes. Okay, good. Why is Yashika drawn to this guy in this photo? What is this? What is this attraction? This weird pull? Oh, Whoa. There's the, you mentioned he's overseas. Is he overseas? The reading will not be deleted. No, never, never, ever, ever. I don't ever delete these lives because you guys pay for your readings and you need to be able to access them, because sometimes you got to go back after a year and be like, oh, wow, this played out, you know? Okay, so there's the overseas card. I think he's coming. Do you know if he's coming? Give me more on that Six of Swords. Give me more on that Three of Swords. Is he coming? No? Are you sure? Because that's looks like to me like he's coming. He's going to be where you are at, maybe potentially one day. This is kind of interesting with that Hierophant under the Four of Wands, because that talks about, like, I mean, that's a spiritual love. That can be a spiritual love card. And it's under the Four of Wands. That's weird. I think here you've known this person before, but I also am going to say something that may sound very weird, Yeshika, and it may not happen for a while. But he may be coming to wherever you are. So don't be surprised if, like, in the future you meet him. And this could be 10, 20 years in the future. I don't know. But he's coming. I don't say stuff like that really, like, lightly, you know? Like, I know that could be a very far out thing to say, but the type of reader I am, I just don't get afraid anymore to say weird things, okay? I just don't. Because why, you know? Why would I? If it's being shown to me, I should say it. I'm telling you, he's married. Okay, well, yeah, I could see that here as well, too, that maybe he's married, but he may not be married for long. It looks like that connection may dissolve soon. Okay, I'm going to say what's going on here. I think you've known this person before. Do I want to say it's a past life? I don't think it matters. What I will say, though, is I think the reason why you're attracted is because I think you are picking up, because, you know, everybody who's here is going to be a little psychic, but I think you're picking up on the fact that, you know, like your soul knows that you may eventually see them one day, and it's like kind of getting you started. Like, I don't know who showed you the photo. No, I know you're not expecting anything, but I don't know who showed you the photo, but that's not random. Or I don't know how you came across the photo. That's not random. It's like your soul's getting prepared. Okay, mark my words, okay? But again, always timelines are changing and nothing I say is factual in the same breath, okay? You may meet this person in the physical one day. Whether that takes 10, 20 years to culminate, I don't know. But you will see them in the physical. You came across this by accident? Yeah, no such thing, Yashika. No such thing as mistakes. I'm sorry, I just can't believe in that kind of stuff. You're getting prepared, and something might evolve with you guys in the future. And it could be that, you know, we've got a lot of, like, separation here, pain. Maybe this ends and they choose to kind of start a new life somewhere else, but you're going to see them. And I feel like they're coming to where you are. So it's the soul recognition, okay? I don't want to say anything about past lives. This has become so cheesy now. But you will see this person in the physical eventually one day. And there could be something explored between the two of you. But when that happens, they will not be married. So don't worry. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to, you know, I'm not advocating for that kind of stuff. But they won't be married. No longer. They will no longer be married. So stop looking at this as an accident. It's not. Let me see what I get from this deck. I'm curious. Let's just see what pops up. Talk to us about this connection, this strong pull that she felt to this guy in this photo. I bet everybody who's watching is like, wow, this is crazy, right? Yeah, this stuff happens. True gem, valuable, quality, and jewelry. See how that diamond is like, looks like it's sparking? Give me more on that. Okay, so the Ice Queen, she has discernment. I think you picked up on something. That's how it felt like when you saw him. Like you were honed in. Like, huh? Who is this guy? Who is this? Something sparked within you and you were having discernment about it. So your radar was up. I'm feeling guilty because of how I was feeling. Why? Don't feel guilty about anything. What are you doing? You know, like this is society. This is society who makes people feel guilty. Just stop. You don't have to feel that way, Yashika. I mean, what did you do except for just look at his photo and be, you know, you can't help what your soul feels. I mean, you weren't doing anything. You know, you weren't doing anything wrong. Yeah, but you were honed in. Something caught your eye about this guy with the True Gem card. It was like rare. This was rare. I think even the fact that it kind of felt like it was just a rare moment because maybe you look at guys' photos all the time and you're like, I don't feel nothing. So there's something here, okay? I am Richard, but they are paid. So please go to the description box and you'll see how to, you know, do this whole thing. So yeah, this is not a random. Absolutely not, okay? Absolutely not. There's something happened here. This is for sure. For sure. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't say it. I just wouldn't. Okay, give me a moment, guys. I'm going now to Mel. Oh, let me just refresh this. Let me go down the line so everybody knows what's going on. So I'm at Mel, then I'm going to Mari, and then I'm going to Yashika. Mel, how does N receive why things ended between us work out? Does he see it as an N? Let's bring forth the messages that Mel needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. How is N perceiving how things ended between her and him? Does he see it as an ending? Okay, so he still thinks that you're the one. He still thinks that. There's still a pull. Okay, so I don't know what you've done in the meantime, but with Queen of Swords, you could be received as kind of mean. Maybe they think you're kind of mean, but with that Two of Wands, they don't think that there's no end. There's no end here. There's no end. This is like there's still a shot. It's still open for discussion kind of thing. No, I wouldn't say that they see anything like an end, but I will say that they do see that there's something on their end that contributed. This is just no for now. This is just a for now. How they, oh look, there's a death card. See that? So they may feel like they have moved on or they need to move on, but emotionally, there's something still triggering. Now with the death card, I don't ever really see it as an ending because it talks about cycles. They'll be back. They'll be back. There's still something in their mind and their heart that holds on to this, okay? There's still a hold, you know, even maybe to some degree, there's some delusional thinking on their end, but they're doing a ton of thinking. Seven of Cups clarified by Judgment. Are you kidding me? This person is thinking a lot, and it could be about the comeback. But, you know, I feel like a lot of the thinking has a lot to do with, like, who you are as a person. I think if it would have been someone else, they would have known what to do. But, like, you're different. You're different. You're not a person they can step to too easily. You know, they got to really think it out. You know, you're a Queen of Swords coming through. Like, I got to have all my, you know, ducks in a row. I got to come correct. But they could be a little intimidated, a little bit, you know, in fear. But I can't say that they think it's over. Not with these cards. I just can't say that. There will be at some point an attempt. But with the Two of Wands, it will have to be a risk that they take. Now, King of Swords is very methodical, okay? Very methodical, very analytical, and thinks everything through. So you better believe that this won't be done in haste, okay? They'll be carefully, tactfully figuring out how to do this the right way. But it could be very shocking when it does come about, because King of Swords is a truth and integrity card as well too. So they could really spill it, and maybe even hate themselves for that. Let's get a card from here to see how they're perceiving. How are they perceiving all of this? Like if there's an ending, or if they consider it ended. Okay, so the fact that this guy is like supposed to be looking straight and driving forward, he's kind of stopped and he's still looking sideways. We've got a young male, okay? You know, like whatever. It says sporty cars and youthful. I'm not really paying attention to that right now, okay? I'm paying attention to the fact that this guy is not driving forward. He obviously looks like he's checking someone out. So again, it's validation for me that I can't give the step of approval that this guy thinks it's over between the two of you. He may think it's over right now, but there may be a comeback. There may be a comeback. And when it does happen, it might be a little weird because, again, King of Swords, he's very methodical. And with the Two of Wands, it could be a little bit sporadic for him when he decides to, you know, come forward. But he's still got something on you, a hold on you. He actually feels like you owe him something, and I don't know what that would be, but maybe this was on the bottom of the deck, a date. Okay, don't know. But you know, with that Queen of Pentacles clarifying that Four of Wands, this is not an energy of moving on, although these cards can look like that, but it feels like for right now. Are you there by any chance, Mel? Are you getting this message, or did you hop off? Let me know if you're there. Does it make sense? Did something happen since your last reading? Okay, I think Mel is gone. Not sure. So to wrap up this reading, what I'm going to say to you is that there's still a foot in the door. I don't think they're perceiving it as an ending, not a forever ending, but maybe an ending right now, okay? In the future, there will be, I feel like, an attempt to pick this up again. Ultimately, the decision will be yours, right? But yeah, in the meantime, I just say stay in your lane. Don't reach out to them because I don't know. I feel like for some reason it needs to be in their court. They're the ones that has to say something. They have to start something. They have to start this up again, not you. And I would say with the Emperor here clarified by the Five of Pentacles, you're also looking at somebody who has work to do on themselves. Okay, they need to man up if they're going to be with you. Okay, that's where I'm going to end it. I'm moving on now. Give me a moment to go through the line, guys. If you want to get in right now, it is a very short list at this moment. I'm moving on to Mari next, and then Yeshika. And so if you want to get in, you'd be third, okay? Hi, Chitra. My name is Paige. I feel like I'm growing out of my university friends. How can I move on without completely cutting them off, as I still value the friendship? I just feel like I don't mesh with them as much anymore. Hey, that's okay. That happens. That's life. You know, we change jobs, we change clothes, we change friends. You may not, okay, I'm curious to see with this question if you're going to be able to do both, because I got this intuition like you are not going to be able to do both. Like, keep your old friends and then get new ones. Can she still, okay, let's channel Paige's energy into the cards. Let's bring forth the messages she needs to hear. not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Can she still keep her old friends as she's transitioning to make new ones? Yeah, you can. In this case, yeah. With the lovers, I just feel like it's going to have to be separate groups though, because I'm already picking up before I even draw the cards that, you know, it's going to be a totally different type of group. They may not mesh well with your university friends. And they're showing me that there's something about your university friends. It's in their behavior that's making you grow out of them. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they kind of seem a little immature, but there's something around immaturity. I feel like you're, and I'm not talking about foolish. I'm just saying maybe you're growing and they're not growing as well too. So everything is alignment. And you will find that when people are not in alignment with you, they just won't go forward, okay? How can she can move on? How can she move on without completely cutting them off as I still I just feel like I don't, okay. Talk to us about new friends. Obviously, you know, you don't have to move on. Why would you have to worry about that though? You know, everybody's entitled to make new friends. How can she move forward making new friends? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, immaturity sounds right. So there is a whole other group that is waiting for you to join theirs. Yeah, you're definitely moving. Wow, look at this with the 9 of Cups. It's kind of interesting too because, wow, High Priestess too. Yeah, you're definitely, I feel like, evolving, okay? Frequency-wise, you're changing. That's why I think the new friend group is coming in. Now we've got this 5 of Cups on the bottom and the Hermit. Separation from these friends, it's inevitable. I think at first you'll be able to carry both groups, but I just feel like you meet this new group or whatever. If it's a 1 friend or 3 friends, I don't care. And I'm just feeling like, let's say I get a call same night from both people. You're going to gravitate more to your new people. So there's nothing you can do really about this. You've got a 10. You know, it's time to kind of like wrap this up. What used to make you happy doesn't make you happy any longer. You could try to kind of keep this afloat for a while, but you're going to find yourself maybe canceling plans with the other friends to go hang out with the new ones, or if there's like an option between both. And that's interesting actually with that Lovers card that came out, because that talked about choices too. Choices, difficult choices. So, yeah, I just feel like, you know, you gotta focus forward. I feel like, I don't know if you asked for this on a soul level, but like Spirit is trying to bring you something that's a little bit more fulfilling. So it's not selfish of you to kind of move towards that. So why feel bad about it kind of thing? You know, this is a part of life. This is a part of ascension with the Hermit. What's underneath the Hermit? Yeah, and Queen of Cups, you know, she goes where the water takes her, you know. She goes where what is emotionally fulfilling. Something about this other group that you're with right now doesn't emotionally fulfill you completely. You want more. And something tells me with the High Priestess, you want deeper connections. Maybe even people who have or know what you know, okay? You know, maybe your other friends are very matrix. I don't know, you know, because High Priestess tells me you want something deeper, right? So there's an opportunity, I feel like. It's right there if you want it, but unfortunately you'll have to leave behind the old group. Now, you know, it's up to you if you want to be stagnated. I don't think this is about hurting people. This is just life. This is life. So maybe change your thinking, you know, maybe change your thinking. Your other friends, your friends that you're leaving behind are going to be just fine. They're going to find new people themselves and life goes on, Paige. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Life goes on, you know, with the Chariot. Keep it moving. You know, with the Ace of Pentacles, opportunities are everywhere. Don't look back. Okay. I'm really feeling like this is not a time to kind of worry about, you know, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll find people themselves. But you've got a whole other group with the Four of Wands that is just waiting for you. And why would you have to feel bad about being happy? You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I'm telling you, there's no accidents. This shift that you're feeling is very real. And wherever you're going next, you know, good luck. Good for you, because not everybody gets to find new friends. I see them right here. Some people have to spend years in isolation, you know? They want to have friends, they're just not coming in. So, you know, focus on that kind of stuff, you know? Don't look back. This is no need for this. Separation is inevitable, but stop, you know, stop looking at these 3 cups that have been spilt, which is probably these friends that you're going to lose, okay? Look and turn around behind you. You've got 2 shiny ones behind you that are just waiting for you to pick them up. Okay? Okay, I'll check, Chris. No worries. So hopefully you took well to that message. I think this is really not necessary, okay? I'm not saying that I'm trying to invalidate your feelings, but this is life, okay? Everybody moves on. And as you evolve, you'll move on even more, because then you learn detachment and that nothing is here to stay. Everything is temporary, okay? This really resonates, and you hit the nail on the head with everything. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me go back here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be on now Yeshika, then Christina, then Ray. Okay, I can't pronounce this name. Oh wow, it's like written differently in a different language. That's cool. Okay, Yeshika, I'm on Yeshika. Did you put your question, Yeshika? Because I don't see it here. My question is, what's hidden? What's hidden from you right now? Okay. So let's bring forth the messages that Yeshika needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What's hidden from Yeshika right now? With what I'm able to say. Oh, okay, no problem, Ken. Okay, a couple things. There's a male that's on their way back to you with a love offer. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not guided to say anything more about it. I'm not allowed to say anything more about it because they're not showing me anything more about it. Someone, okay, well, a little bit. Hold on. There's a male on its way back to you with missing you, really missing you. I don't want to go as far to say that there's an apology, but they are missing you and they want to offer you something. But listen, is there a female in your family that's sick right now? I think they may be hiding this. Do you know of any female that's sick right now in your family? Not doing too well? The crazy thing is I feel like this woman's trying to be really brave about it. She doesn't want to worry anybody about it, but I don't know. I've got that popping up, okay? Maybe you're not aware of it. Maybe you're going to find out soon. Who knows? I've also got like a gift here. You've got a gift. You could actually be doing what I'm doing. What are you doing, Yeshika? What are you doing? That's not coming from me. That's coming from spirit. You've got the same gift as I do. What are you doing? Why aren't you doing something with this? You could be a psychic. You could be a reader. Not could be a psychic. You are a psychic. Why are you not using this? I don't talk to my family. Okay, someone's sick. I don't know. Someone's not saying something. You may find out about that. Maybe that's why that's coming through, that it's hidden. Okay, but you've got a gift that I feel like should be shared. So I'm not sure what you're doing. And the reason why I say this as well too is because you could be making some money on the side. You know, there's a possibility here, but listen, at the end of the day, you have to decide if that's what you want. Okay. I'm not gonna, you know, everybody has free will. Okay. I don't fully understand my gifts yet. Good. That's fine. At least you're not saying no, because those are emerging. But you know what they're telling me actually with this Three of Cups too? And it's kind of cool because I actually forgot about this in my own life. They're saying if there's anybody in your actual immediate life who's open to it, start reading for them first. This reminds me of my life, which I completely forgot about until now. So when I started like with this kind of stuff, I mean, I started when I was 12, just, you know, reading for myself. But when I was like 2 years before I started doing this on YouTube, I would go to like coffee shops with my friends and read for them. Like at the table, like at the coffee table. Like people thought we were so weird. But like I used to do that first. So if you don't fully understand your gifts yet, see if there's anybody willing who's like into that, thinks it's cool. Start working on them first. See if you're accurate. Or see if things, you know, that could be a boost for you, okay? That's the reason why I would consult you if I feel something I don't understand. Got it. I understand. I understand. I know a lot of readers that can't read for themselves. I've heard this before. I don't have that problem, but I'm going to be honest, like a lot of times I don't even want to know what's going on. So I don't even look at my cards because, you know, the cards are truthful, right? So sometimes I just would rather just not, you know, I'll just go through it and figure it out, you know? But if I was to look at my own cards, I can read for myself. So I'm considering myself lucky that way, but the cards are so brutal sometimes, right? They're so brutal. Okay, so 3 things to wrap up your reading. There's a male on their way back to you, wants to offer something. They've been missing you. Someone you've been separated from, okay? They've been thinking about you. They've been missing you. They want to start conversations up. They just want to be able to have you somewhere there where they can reach out to you if they want to. Like, you know, when you get the conversation starting again, that type of thing. Next, there's a female in your family who's not doing well. In what way? I don't really know. It could actually even be financially, but you may hear about something. I don't know. See it. I don't know. I don't know how you'll find out. And then there's a gift, okay? Right now with the High Priestess, it's a little hidden, but maybe you are also keeping this a secret. So you're hiding this from yourself, really, and the world. But practice on friends if you can. That relationship is dead. I'm not going back. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm not here to read on that. I'm just bringing it forth to your attention, right? Because you asked me, but what you do with it is your own life, okay? All right, let me move on. Okay, Christina, what is spirits? Okay, let's channel Christina's energy into the cards. Let's bring forth the messages she needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What is Spirit's advice on how she can increase her income and financial stability in her business? I felt stuck for a while in the same cycle. Advice, please, on financial stability in her business. What does she need to know? Yeah, you're bored, huh? I can see that. You're really bored. Like you've been waiting. You know, I really hate that energy. You're welcome. I don't know what your sign is, but I have no patience for when things are stagnated. Like it just is, especially when you're going out of your way, especially to do something about it. Right now, it's, I could see with that Four of Cups, like it's just, I am so bored. Like I need new things. Like, come on, I need change. Okay, I guess my question to you, if you're there, Christina, I don't know if you're there. Is this business a side hustle? Is it a side hustle? You're bored, you're trying to find your purpose, right? You're here. Okay, is this a side hustle? Because Spirit doesn't want you giving up, okay? You're in a planting seed era. That's not fun. It's not gonna be fun. This reminds me of when I started on YouTube and it took me a year to get 1,000 subscribers. Do you know that there's people who get that in like a month? I am bored. Okay, I'm confused. Which one are you? I'm like, okay, Chris, I'm assuming you're Chris with the pink profile, right? It's your full-time business. Okay. You're asking the question on how you can improve finances. You got to do something else. You got to have this balancing with that. I don't know if you've got all your eggs in one basket, but you need to start dabbling everywhere. And if you're like, well, what do? I don't know. I can't answer you for you today, you know? Meditate on it. I have no idea. But this is not what's good. The good news about this is not going to last forever. I can see here with the Five of Pentacles, we're like seriously lacking, you know? It's really, it's a time of lacking. And, you know, I feel like with the Empress, you are doing your best to co-create with the Four of Wands, keep things happy, you know, oh my goodness, the universe is going to test you. You know what happens, Christina, when we're on this path? I'll tell you what happens. You know, when everything's up and up and they watch you and you're like, oh, I'm such a ball of manifestation. Look at me. They're like, okay, let's throw something else at her and let's make it last years and see if she is, who she says she is. Okay. This is what I feel like is happening for you. They're testing you to see if you really are who you say you are. So like this could last. You know, Four of Cups has like a long time frame in it as well too, just like the Seven of Pentacles. And it's a test to see like how like, are you gonna give up? You know, are you gonna give up? I wouldn't give up. If I would have given up before that 1 year, I would have never seen the success I have right now. Things are balancing out, but with the Justice card, you are also balancing out. So you're learning, I feel like with the Judgment card, what it's like to go through those periods of times where things are not rosy, okay? And people who want to be on this road of enlightenment, you know, you have to see all the different sides of it. It can't just be when things are on the up and up. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, how you can improve finances, see if there's something else you can do, because I see here with the Two of Pentacles, maybe balancing something else. You're going to have to keep your wits about you. You're going to have to keep going. And as you do that, which I understand is very hard, things will start to pick up financially, but you're in a planting seed era. We didn't get an Eight of Pentacles. You have a Seven of Pentacles. This is going to take time. So maybe the question is really not about the finances. It's more about how can you learn to have more patience? You know? I don't know. Because I don't really see that you're doing anything wrong here. But I do feel like stuck, maybe even feeling a little bit broken. Like, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Or is there something I'm missing? No, it's just, and do you know Four of Cups is also a manifestation card? It's been years? Yeah. Oh, okay. I've been trying to manifest something right now. Okay. Do you know how long, do you know how many years it's been for me? 5. Still hasn't come. I can feel it's there. It's coming, but it hasn't come yet. And it's 5 years and I'm being tested right now through that. And it's not fun. So yeah, sometimes things can take time. It's different for everybody. Some people, they'll say 1 year, some people will say 2 years, some people say 20 years, you know? I'm not saying for you it's going to be 20 years, but you're in a testing phase right now to see how long you can hold on for. What you can do is keep doing what you're doing, keep creating with the Empress, keep co-creating, keep giving life to this thing. If you believe in it, keep giving life to it. And then see as you're doing it, what can you do on the side? What can you do on the side? Because they are saying that you should be balancing something else with this. So that's why I wanted to ask if this was your main source of income, because they're saying that there's something else you could be doing. Don't give up on this, but in the meantime, do something else as well too. Kind of interesting with the Justice card, we got the scales too, like balancing. But this is more about not giving up than anything. Talk to us about the energy she feels right now with this business of hers. Window, frame views, glass portal, window still. So you're like literally there, like kind of cool that the plant is in front because I think she's watering it. Like, oh my goodness, this is actually unbelievable that this came out. So she's watering the plant. I just said the planting the seed. So you're in a window stage. You're waiting. You're waiting. Okay. You've got views. You got to keep those views. Okay, Christina. You got to keep your dream alive. Okay. I think you can see. It's like it's right there, but it's getting there. Now, talk to us if she keeps this up, this good energy up. Talk to us about what it's going to feel like when she makes it. Lighthouse, guiding light, symbol of hope, and watchful sentinel. So with this card, the light is still shining for this business. You may also, the lighthouse is also a very strong figure. It talks about how much storms it's weathered, right? Right? I mean, look at this water. It's crashing, right? Like against this thing, but it still has its light on. It's like, I'm not giving up, right? Symbol of hope. So I'm going to probably end this reading because I went to another deck and it basically validated what I said in these cards. So these are the 2 things that you can do. But I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up. That could be a mistake. Now, you do what you feel guided to do at the end of the day. If this thing is costing you more than it's making, and you have to pay like your light bill versus that, like you obviously pay your light bill, okay? But these cards look hopeful for you. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Okay, I'm on Ray, then I'm going to this other person, then Sophia, okay? Hey, in my last reading, you talked about me leaving my workplace energetically, wondering how Spirit thinks I'm doing with that, or how can I improve? Let's talk to Ray. Let's bring forth the messages she needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear, and let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Are you talking about like the timeline? Like how's the timeline still looking for that? How is Ray doing with this, what I mentioned in her previous reading about leaving her workplace energetically? Or how can she improve? If she even needs to. You're welcome, Chris. So this card tells me you're still on the correct timeline. You're not on any kind of wrong timeline. Did you leave though? Did you leave though? Or you haven't left yet? Oh man, that's hilarious. 2 cards of leaving. And a death card. I haven't and can't for now. Okay, you're still on that path. But careful planning is needed. And what I like about these cards is that it's going to be perfect for you. It'll be perfect timing. This is not going to be like you're leaving and you made a mistake. I think there's going to be a lot of careful thought and consideration. And I do feel like, but it's kind of interesting. Is there somebody at that workplace that I feel like I don't know, there's going to be someone who misses you over there. Someone. They're going to be really angry that you left. Maybe it embodies the whole workplace. You know, you would be surprised at people who you think don't like you, and then, you know, at your workplace, and then when you decide you're going to leave, all of a sudden they come out of the woodwork. Oh, why? Why are you going? It's like, what? You didn't even like me. What are you talking about? You know? So I don't know. I see that path is still open. You're still on that timeline. But what I like is we've got some careful and consideration cards. King of Swords, Ace of Swords, even Page of Pentacles. All I's dotted, all T's crossed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you're energetically with the 8 of Cups still on that path, Ray. You're still on that path. But you know that with the Death card, it has to be like timely. But there's going to be people who miss you, but there may be even somebody who tries to get you to stay. Like I see that, like maybe even trying to make it like beneficial for you, more beneficial. Don't be surprised if someone wants you to stay. You're moving on to your next space with the 4 of Wands, where you're being called to next. And it's going to be beautiful. Give me more on this timeline that she's on, and energetically what you want her to know about it. Art exhibition, creative showcase and curated gallery. Art exhibition, creative showcase, curated gallery. What in the world? You had advised I should leave energetically so as to make that hostile. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I can't remember everybody's reading, but that's here. Get into the space of better horizons are on your way. But what's this about? Ooh, art exhibition. Are you showing yourself off somewhere else? Is this like symbolic for like handing out resumes, or hold on, give me more on that. Roof, overhead shelter, protective canopy, and rooftop views. So you're moving onward and upward. You're moving onward and upward. And I like the art exhibition card because it kind of makes me feel like wherever you're going next, you're going to have the opportunity to be more creative, but you may get several offers, because isn't that what happens at those art places? They get like bids and stuff. Like you have to kind of like bid for your painting. You're moving to the roof. You're going to have rooftop views. You're moving onward and upward. But I get what you're talking about here, because I see that here with the 8 of Cups. It's like get into the mentality that better horizons are coming, but energetically you're moving on. I think you're doing fine with this. I don't even think a reading was necessary. This looks like you're doing perfectly fine. You are kind of coming from it like an angle of, you know, neutralism. Is that a word? Like a neutral? You're coming from it from a neutral place, which is what you need to be. You start getting your emotions involved, it can just screw everything up. So this is great. I'm really stuck on this card with the roof. Because you're moving upward. You're moving onward. And wherever you're going next, you're going to have the opportunity to be, again, more creative. Maybe you might even have more of a say in what you do. So maybe the title will be higher as well, too. And this is kind of cute, too, because with the Seven of Cups, it's like I'm acting, you know, because it can kind of be like a card of like illusion. So it's like you know how we fake it till we make it? That type of thing I'm seeing here. So I would say, Ray, to wrap up this reading, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. Just don't be surprised if, like, when you do eventually leave, because I do see eventually leaving here as well, too. I can't just talk about right now. Don't be surprised if they try to get you to stay. And they will make it pretty. They will make it pretty for you, okay? Okay, can this person who has the name like that is spelled different? Okay, hi, my name is Ken. Okay, I'm going through, okay, so it's Ken, then Sophia, then Su Jin, and then Su Young, okay? Hi, my name is Ken. I'm going through a huge transformation in practically every aspect of my life. How can I best navigate the conflict, drama? My transition is getting in the... Well, first of all, you can change the way you think about it or the way that you're addressing it, saying that it's chaos. I actually, as soon as I read that for you, when it said huge transformation in practically every aspect of my life, I wanted to say, how exciting! How exciting is that? You know how many people want to go through that and they're stuck? So this is great. But anyways, let's get back to your question. Let's bring forth, I'm assuming are you a male? Are you a male, Ken? Let's bring forth the messages that Ken needs to hear, not the messages that they want to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to them. What's the best way Ken can navigate the conflict and the drama involved in this transition, especially around their family? So there's the family card. And I'm going to tell you something with the Ten of Cups. This could be a slow road to the end. Maybe we're not supposed to be around forever communicating with them. So we've got, does your issue with the family have a lot to do with their belief systems? Like their traditions or their belief systems or what they think you should be doing? Hold on with that Four of Pentacles. You got to hold on, okay? You're in a gathering stage right now. And listen, you're doing pretty well with the Tower underneath this card. Spirit's saying you're doing very well with this. So, you know, don't be so hard on yourself. But I feel like we've got a family card clarified by the Hierophant. And I don't know if it's like we're not in alignment with them anymore, or what they think or what they feel about life is not in alignment with you, because this talks about traditions, okay? I don't know where you are, but I'm just going to read. You will have to best strategize. If you do want to keep in contact with them, you'll have to best strategize. Yeah, but that kind of also works against you being your authentic self. So listen, I'm going to give you two options. You can either choose to start disassociating, and no, you're not supposed to take every family with you into the future. Not everybody and their family are supposed to be together forever. But if you want to keep this going, I'm sorry to say, with the Two of Pentacles, you're going to have to, I feel like, play two different roles or be two different people. They will never accept you, I feel like, unless you actively strategize or manipulate yourself to what they like, okay? How can you best navigate? There's also a reference here. I don't know how psychic you are. I don't know if you can't just get a deck yourself, but get a tarot deck yourself. Do you know that you can use the tarot deck for your own life? And it's like a tool to your higher self to channel, to get messages. You need to also do this. You're actually very psychic, Ken, and you don't know it. There's just a lot of emotional turmoil and a lot of dysregulated emotion that feels very accurate. To be honest, this feels very accurate, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you what I'm sensing from this deck, okay? You're asking how you can best navigate through this transition, this turmoil. It's actually pretty easy. It's be yourself. If someone doesn't like it or it's causing someone else pain to be yourself, then unfortunately you'll have to start disassociating. Maybe this family is not meant to continue into the future with you. If it's not that, then they need to change a bit, because with that Hierophant, there's too much rigidness on their end. I feel like you're more flexible, but they're too rigid. And how can you have two equal energies coming towards each other if they're not willing to bend or compromise? So we've got a rigid family. I don't want to ever talk about anybody's family in a bad way. I don't mean to talk about your family in a bad way, but that Hierophant is telling me they're a bit rigid. Okay, they're a bit rigid. And with you guys being able to get along, compromise is needed. Now, you see the Six of Cups with that Ace of Pentacles? I just feel like, do they have a lot of like demands since childhood? Have they had a lot of demands since childhood? Because I feel like they want you to be something that you can't be. They want you to be something you just can't be. And unless you fulfill that, this will never be okay. Whatever the drama you have, it will never be okay. There's a lot of with the moon illusions. It's like we're not in reality here of who people really are. And there's a lot of like muffledness. Like it's like they're showing me like a phone and I can't hear the other person, or I'm talking and that person is hearing like something different. So I don't know how you feel about this, because it requires decisions and you will make them in time, but just bear with it. Bear with yourself. You will get there, okay? But you don't need to be as upset as you are. This could have actually been a lot different, but I feel like there's something that is, it feels very black and white. Yeah, that's what I mean. I either have to be 100% emotionally serving or it's a big problem. Yes, that's what I'm talking about with the rigidness. You're not here. Okay, let me tell you something. And I'm saying this, you know, listen. We have a lot of bullshit, I feel like, that comes out from society, but at the end of the day, even if you're someone's kid, you have no obligation to be what your parents want you to be. There's no obligation. Just because it's your parents, there's no obligation. I don't care what anybody shows me. This is not a written law, okay? This is not a written law. Give me more on, okay, let's focus on something positive, because I've given you what I've given you. Let's talk about where you're headed, okay? Talk about where Ken is headed. Where is Ken headed? Tavern. Drinks and beverages, pub food, tavern traditions. Give me more on that. Parking lot, parking spot, park and go, parking garage. Okay, you've got a little bit more of a time frame to deal with this, okay? Just like what I said here, hang tight. But I think once you've made your decisions, once you've, with the tavern, you know, explored everything that you can explore with this family of yours, you will eventually drive off. I'm sorry to say. I think right now it's very Four of Pentacles with the parking lot, the park and go, the parking garage. Like you're idle right now. You're trying to figure it out, which is very nice that you're doing that. Okay. You know, there's a lot of options here on this card, like as far as drink options. And I think you're going to try to figure out what you can do. Like see how you can make this work. But I'm telling you, once that's it, that's it. Talk to us about what comes after the parking lot for Ken. The kitchen. Yeah, you're moving on. You're exploring new things. So you're going to the kitchen tools and you're going to the meal preparation part where you're moving from drinks to the meal. That's kind of interesting. Give me more on that kitchen card, actually. That's very cool. Yeah, I think you're gonna like decide that it's time to move on, that these people are just too angry. They just like to fight too much, or maybe they're even hidden enemies from a past life. Maybe they're just gonna feel like that. They're just gonna, it's just gonna feel like, you know what, there's nothing I can do. I'm walking away. Okay? So this is what I got for you. Hang tight though, you'll figure it out. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. You're always being guided, okay? Okay, I'm on Sophia now, and then Su Jin, and then Su Young, and then Mel. Hi Chitra, I love your channel, thank you. Was wondering what do I need to know right now. Let's bring forth the messages that Sophia needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear, and let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What does she need to hear right now? You're welcome. Okay, in what area of your life are you just giving way too much? Either that or you're about to walk away from something in which you feel like you've just given too much, like you're literally energetically drained. Listen, I want you to know that if you didn't get the reading, this would have happened anyways. I really see you about on your last leg, okay? You're on your last leg. Give me more on the Queen of Swords. Is this regarding a guy? Are you there, Sophia? Is this regarding a guy? Because I feel like here, it's either that or you're going to be moving in silence, but people will be very shocked by this. You're about to leave behind something that you feel like you've given way too much to. I keep having dreams of an ex. Okay, but what about your waking life? What about your waking? Oh, that's crazy. That's right here. That's right here, being haunted. Being haunted by memories, nightmares. That's all of this right here. I do move in silence for sure, but that's crazy though that you just said you've been having dreams of an ex because it's right here. Okay. If this is about that, then you haven't at that point moved on energetically, okay? No, I'm thinking this is about the guy. I'm feeling it energetically. This is about the guy. The reason why you were having those dreams is because there had to be some things that had to get wrapped up. I don't know what you discussed with this person in your dream, okay? I don't know what you've discussed with them. I don't know what, you know, partaked between the two of you, but there was something that had to get finished up. You were not energetically, you had not energetically moved on. You will be moving on from this, but I'm going with the guy because it's a little bit too weird that you said that you had dreams of an ex and that's on the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry. That's just not, no, that's not a coincidence. Okay. With the star, there's going to be like an energetic uplift. You won't have those anymore, but something was getting settled in those dreams. So it wasn't for nothing, But yeah, I can see here it may have not been so nice because Five of Swords, it's a nasty energy. It could be even like, you know, the person's being mean or they're hurting you or, you know, they're just, you remember them and like they're coming through that way. They haven't evolved. Something had to be worked out, but you're moving past that. Yes, the guy makes sense for sure. So you're moving on, and I feel like you're going to be very clear-headed about it. But guess what? I'm not even just seeing this anymore about you moving passively. Guess what? There's a new guy coming in. There's a new guy. So something had to be done with these nightmares, these dreams, in order for you could move on energetically to a new man. There's a new man here waiting for you. He's just been waiting for you to get over this guy or wrap up energetically what you need to wrap up with them. Give me more on this new love or whatever you want her to know. Beauty queen, shining on stage and adored. So you're about to get treated like how you should be treated, like the beautiful beauty that you are. I don't know if you felt like with this other guy, there was a lack of adoration, a lack of them putting you on a pedestal or making you feel like a princess or beautiful or a queen. But this is what's coming for you, okay? This person's gonna make you feel young. They're gonna make you feel like, you know, you're special. And just like you are, though, even without this guy. Let's do one more. Now, this is interesting. Do you see what I'm saying here? So don't worry about the triangle. I think this was about you having to wrap up. Look at this guy. This guy is actually looks like the fool on this card. He looks like he's immature just from the illustration. And this guy's even looking at him like, you're such a loser. Like, you know that saying, one man's trash is another man's gem or something like that? That saying, what is one man's trash is another man's diamond. It's like he's looking at him like, how could you have ever treated her like that, you know? And look, she's looking at him. She's like, I'm ready. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, treasure. That's it. It's one man's treasure. Yeah. So this is all, you see how when you get a reading or you see what it is for it is, you see how it's not bad? You see how like the human mind can think something's bad when really it's actually great? Because like these dreams were necessary so that you could move on. And look what it's bringing you, someone new. With the King of Cups, someone who's ready to emotionally fulfill you, but also treat you in the way that you always were supposed to be treated, okay? But I'm thinking that this other guy, there was something very important that you had to go through with that guy as well. So let's not knock him. He may have also had to come into your life to teach, you know, a few things, which that's what relationships are always. So, you know, I'm not judging anybody here, okay? But that's what I see for you, okay, Sophia? So I don't have anything more to say. I'm going to move on. Come on, internet. What's going on here? Okay, so I'm on, this thing is not showing me the messages again. Okay, I'm probably going to have to start closing down the chat. Okay, I cannot see, for some reason, they're not showing me. Hold on, maybe I have to go over here. Hold on, sorry guys. Okay, I got it now. So, future in love for Su Jin. Future in love for Su Jin. Let's bring forth the messages that Su Jin needs to hear, not the messages they want to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to them. Future in love. What's next for Su Jin? Oh, nice. Wow. Okay. Can I ask if you are male or female? I'm just curious. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, like these cards are spectacular. You're welcome. You're welcome, Chitra. You're not, you're welcome, Sophia. Okay, I don't know where Su Jin is, but wow. We've got something very special coming in, okay? I brought my sister here. She's female. Wow. She is in for something like, I mean, are you kidding me? Do you guys know anything about tarot? That's a crazy card for love. That's a crazy card for love. That's a crazy card for love. And so is that one. I mean, you've got a soulmate coming in, someone who you're going to eventually marry. You're going to eventually marry this person. And you know what I like about these cards is that I don't know what you've been doing in the meantime, but it talks about like a lot of sacrifice, you know, that you've been putting into yourself. Trying your best to kind of not settle, because I think you could have easily settled, but, you know, really wait, you know, wait, manifest for the right thing to come in. You've got something that is going to definitely, I don't say this very often, but oh, hello. This is leading to marriage. Whatever this next relationship is leading to marriage. This is your person. I never say anything like that. I actually don't even get to say stuff like that. Now, when is this coming? I don't know. I don't want to even tell you because I don't want you waiting around for it. I want you to do exactly what you've been doing. And I want you to stay in your peace. I want you to wait. I want you to be living your, not wait. I want you to be living your life, but I want you to be continuing to work on yourself. Okay. Do what's best for you. I actually have, I'm getting a read on your energy and it's very beautiful actually. Your energy is very beautiful, Su Jin. Very beautiful. And it's like, this goes very fast. Whatever this is, when it does come in, this goes very fast. Like your person knows. Your person knows you. They meet you, they know you. They have like a kindredness. They've been with you before. This is a past life card, okay? This is a lover from the past returning. And I don't mean in this connection, I mean in a previous one. This person knows you. They're gravitated towards you. They feel very comfortable very quickly. And so do you with them. So, I mean, this is marriage. This is marriage. This is marriage. This is someone with the 10 of Cups you can build a family with. You will have children from this family that you build with this person. Give me more on this connection. Oh my goodness, Su Jin. Twin flame, spiritual alignment. That's why it's ready. That's why you're ready. It's effortless. And look at this. I'm sure you're the brunette female. Intense and focused. That's why this is coming. But look at this one. Spiritual growth. You're ready. Learning, expanding the soul. I don't care how spiritual you consider yourself. You don't have to be spiritual to work on yourself. This is what I sensed you've been doing. A lot of sacrifice. You know, you've been working on yourself. You haven't really worried about love. You don't worry about, oh, I want a boyfriend. You don't worry about that kind of stuff. That's why it's coming to you. This is manifestation at its finest. You're in a good space. I really have nothing more to say to you. This is wonderful. And good luck. This is going to be the love of your life. And there's going to be children that come out of it. Beautiful children. Good luck. I have nothing more to say. It's just too beautiful. There's nothing to say. But this is what happens when you know, focus. Okay, when you act as if it's not, you know, something you need, it just comes to you. Okay, I'm on Su Young now. Question about my love life and when I'll meet him. What kind of person is he? Anything general that comes to you. Okay. Let's bring forth the messages to Su Young. Let's bring forth them in a very clear and direct way, so that as the interpreter can interpret it and make sure it's what she needs to hear, not what she wants to hear. Love life. Talk to Su Young. You also will be married. You also will be married. That's crazy that you got these two cards as well. I don't know if it's with this guy though. Give me a second. Okay, so listen. You've got a few people to meet, okay, that are coming through. You've got a few people to meet. Oh, that's beautiful. She has a beautiful heart. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it in the cards. You have a few people you need to meet before you settle down. You eventually will settle down. I can't give you descriptions about the guy, not within this short reading. I can only bring forth what the cards are saying. And right now, I feel like you have a few karmic relationships you need to go through. They will, with the Hermit, help you evolve. So they're going to prepare you for the person that's coming to you. But this is for you down the road, okay? This is not tomorrow, not even next year, okay? But what I will say is you are being prepared for the right person. But there's a few people, there's a few men here showing up, and they could be very aggravating. I'm not gonna lie. They could be very aggravating, but they're teaching you things. What they're going to be teaching you, I can't give you all the answers. You have to also, you know, learn them. But I see two people before the real one comes in. Give me more on love life. Give me more on love life. Fun times. Okay. We've got parties, events, having fun. More. True love. More. Dating. So listen, I don't know if this means something to you as well too with the work card. I don't know if that's something that you need to get in order as well too, like before this person comes in. That could be also the reason sometimes why certain people don't come through or come in, is because, you know, we've got a certain category of life that we need to work and build. Okay, so I don't know if it's your work, but if it's not that, let me just go over here. Listen, I think true love is on its way to you, but there's a bit of dating that's going to come. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that your sister didn't have to date some people before, you know, that guy comes in. It's just coming up for you. It didn't come up before. It wasn't something I had to talk to her about, but for you, you have to go through, I feel like, and I don't know how young you are. I don't know how old you are. I mean, you know, but right now is not the time to settle down with anybody long term. But that is in, you know, the cards, and it will be very traditional with the Hierophant. It will be, you know, someone who has very good intentions, someone you can build with, someone who, you know, will be very established as well with the Hierophant, and you can build a home with. But right now, as far as love, you're sick of dating. I know. I can't lie though, you know? I can't lie. It's coming up in the cards. You've got some people to experience first, you know? And they are preparing you for that person, but it's just, it is what it is. It's what I see, you know? So there's that, you know? I'm just thinking. I don't know if I want to draw from these cards. What do I want to draw from? Give us her love life, you know, right now before she meets this person. What will it be like before she meets this person? So we've got toxic attachment, drugs, alcohol, obsession. Don't worry, don't get scared. I'm not saying that they're going to be drug addicts. I feel like with the toxic attachment, that's kind of what I felt like. Did I say karmics? Did I say that? Because that's kind of what a toxic attachment can be like too, but they teach you a lot. So there could be some things that need to, you know, you need to work through, and there's going to be the perfect people that are going to come in to help you work through that. But talk to us about the marriage. Oh my God, you got the wedding card. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, you got the wedding card. So marriage forever, the one and union. So you don't need to be worried. You're going to end up in a good place. Oh, soulmate was on the bottom too. Soulmate. So you've also got a soulmate. So I really wouldn't worry. Yeah, I understand. But, you know, open your mind and change your perspective. These people are all teaching you things, whether you like to believe it or not. They are, okay? But what's important about this answer that you got is that there is somebody that you will be with long term, okay? Okay, Mel. How does SL feel about me? Any romantic, sexual, or just platonic? Okay, how does Mel, let's bring forth the messages that Mel needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. How does SL feel about Mel? Any romantic feelings or just platonic? So right off the bat, I felt like I heard 50-50. I think they could see you as a platonic, but there's a bit of feelings as well too. Now, what I will say is that you're a bit too strong for this person. What do I mean by that? I don't really know. Thank you. You're welcome. You're a bit strong for this person. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. Like, you're not really their type personality-wise. Does that make sense to you? Are you here, Mel? Like, I feel like you're a little bit like, I don't know if it's that they can get a sense that you have expectations, but you're a bit different than their usual taste. Now, what I will say here is that there could be an offer that does come forward from this person. They may want to explore this a bit with you, okay? So, listen, that indicates that there are romantic feelings, but I would keep your wits about you, because with the magician, there could be some fooling around, okay? On their end, they may not be as honest as you need them to be. So you need to be having yourself in a way that you conduct yourself like you're not allowing your heart to run with this. Actually use your mind, but also pay attention to what they say, their actions, and all of that. But let's find out more. Let's find out more. Feelings for Mel. Any romantic feelings? Intuition, gut feeling, psychic premonition, sixth sense. So they're actually throwing it to you and saying, what do you think? But I also think that this could be talking about them, and maybe with the intuition card, they are feeling something, like drawn to you, all of that good stuff. But let's get more. Divine timing, wrong timing, stalemate, perfect timing, waiting. So right now may not be the time that they can act or make a move, but I do feel like in the future they will. Let's do one more. Spiritual awakening, enlightenment, epiphany, life lessons, rebirth. There's something bizarre going on between the two of you. There's something spiritual going on between the two of you. For their purpose, but also for your purpose. So listen, this is a bit dry for me. It's a bit dry. I'm not going to lie, Mel. It's a bit dry. I think this person does have feelings, but there's something intimidating about you, okay? Now be careful that you are also, if this person does make a move towards you, keeping your ears peeled and your eyes peeled, and, you know, especially your ears peeled, making sure that you are watching their movement, watching how they act, what they do, what they say, because I have a feeling this person with the Magician card may just want, you know, the bedroom activity, and that's it. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. Okay. I'm on Tanny. Give me a moment. Okay. Tanny. Let's bring forth the messages she needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Messages from Spirit for Tanny, please. What does she need to know? So your strength and your courage is coming into focus right now. It's going to really help you get through the coming months and years. I don't even know why I said years, but I don't really like to read for years. But there's going to be something you're going through that I feel like is not going to be the easiest to go through, okay? It could have a lot to do with inner turmoil, things you're working on, addictions, codependency, all that kind of stuff. But it could also be like you're feeling like the devil's working against you and it's up to you. Listen, you're going to master this. You're co-creating your life. Yes, you are co-creating your life and you are going to have the adventure, the new beginnings that you desire. You just have to work at it. Like, that's crazy that a 7 of Pentacles was clarified by an 8 of Pentacles. Like, I just think there's work to do. There is work to do and you're doing it beautifully. I know sometimes you may not have great days, but you really are handling yourself. Like, people could learn a thing or two from you, Tanny. You are co-creating with the Empress and you're trying your best to, I feel like, master everything, whether that be your career, whether that be your spiritual journey, whether that be, you know, dark forces. Like, I think you are really actively trying to stay positive, which is really beautiful, because I feel like with the 3 of Swords, it may not be a good time right now. Where's Tanny? Did she leave? Give me more messages from Spirit. That's very true. Okay, good. More. Hotel, hospitality, comfortable stay, traveler's retreat. Okay, things are going to get a little shaken up, but you will get back to this. Do you feel like you want to get back to your comfortability? Like, have things not been so comfortable? Do you feel like you've been treated like a hotel lobby, like just one thing after the other, like the guests represent issues in your life? Because I feel like with the hospitality, like it's like you're being forced to put this smile on, like how they do in hospitality, when really you don't even like maybe the person you're dealing with or things you're going through. I feel like that, you know, you're building a business. Okay, well, you're going to be successful as long as you hang on. But I just feel like with this, there's a lot of action, commotion, maybe emotions. And you would rather like be, you know, getting back to like when you felt comfortable. But right now, that's not the moment. That's not the moment in time. You're being prepared. But you're doing beautifully because I just feel. Hello? Is everything okay? Sorry, I got a call. I hope you're still there, Tanny. Yeah, I'm just working and healing like everything all at once. Yeah. Okay, give me the energy of where she's headed. Okay, frigid realm, icy wilderness, Arctic wonders, polar extremes. So listen, I don't want to lie. It may get a bit like drearier, okay? But this is all for your benefit. I'm sorry. This is all to push you because I feel like you really want to do well in life with the Page of Pentacles. You really want to do well. Well, we're going to take you there. We're going to take you on a ride. You want this excellence? You got to go through the fire. Okay, after the frigid realm, where is she going to be? There you go. The elevator. Vertical transport, transit between floors, and accessibility. You will be accessible. You will be accessing more. You will be moving up. And look what this came in. You said you're building a business. Look at this. Supermarket, grocery store, variety of products, and fresh produce. So you will be stocked to the nines with things to sell and things to offer. But what's important is the elevator. So right now I could feel like it's not so cozy. You know, you want to move quicker, but you will get there, but you have to go through these realms. It's kind of like that saying, you know, the road less traveled, you know, it's not the hard, it's not the easier path. The easier path is to do what everybody else is doing, right? That's the easier path, right? But that's not you. That's not for you. And I think you want with the Three of Wands a lot. Well, that comes with great responsibility. And, you know, you have to get to that. You have to get to that. And sometimes the destination is kind of difficult, you know, but it's usually like that when people are doing great things. So I'm not worried about you. Okay. That's your message from Spirit. I really would not be worried. I'm kind of being guided to say that, you know, everything is temporary. How long will it take? I can't answer that. I would do you a disservice to answer that because it's going to depend on how well you do with this, right? And timelines change. So I could say a year, but that's if you are, you know, hitting every target. What if maybe a couple moments in time you don't? You have like a little bit of a backslide. That could push it further. So I can't tell you anything like that. I don't even want to, you know, because it's your life to live, you know. Remember, timelines are always changing. So even if I told you something right now, that couldn't be. And why lie to you, you know? Why set you up or make you feel like you're going to have an expectation? Always move with no expectations, okay? Okay, so that's it. Do not send anything more. I have reached the end of my list. I'm going to exit off. I thank everybody for being here, and I wish you all the best.